So, in order to move forward, I think it's important for us to take a quick look back to where we've come from in our kind of parks and recreation technology journey. So, over the past 25 years, there have been some pivotal changes in the way that technology helps you serve your community. So, there was a time that most of us still remember, I certainly do, where parents stood outside a community center with an activity guide in one hand, a paper registration form that was probably inserted into that activity guide, and a check in their hands ready to pay. They hoped by the time they got to the front of that line, hopefully before they went to work, there was still space to get both their kids in swim lessons or day camp on the same day and ideally at the same time. It's shocking for me to even think that that was the way that we did these things back then. In the early 2000s, IVR registration, so on a telephone, and online web registration completely transformed that experience. Now people were entering course barcodes that were still printed in that same activity guide or brochure into a phone or using dial-up internet to register for programs. We shifted the task of confirming availability and writing registration forms onto the participants themselves. And we really haven't looked back since that change happened. Eventually, we dropped telephone registration. We added fast, immediate credit card authorization. I'm sure some of you may remember payment batches and dial up credit card transactions. And we added more search capabilities to websites. Now, most recreation departments see greater than 90% online registration, and the idea of a queue only exists in the virtual world. That website didn't stop us from needing to be present in centers and to serve the community, but it completely transformed how we spend our time at the front desk. With this automation came data, lots of data, more features, higher expectations, and the desire to digitize everything that happens in your departments. With all our participation metrics now living in a database, the desire for meaningful insights has only grown and continues to grow. It started with things like real-time registration numbers, identifying programs that should be canceled because of low enrollment, and expected revenue. It's evolved into sophisticated dashboards and analytics that'll allow you to identify trends in participation that support better programming and whether or not you should build a new soccer field. Since then, we've pivoted to a mobile-first world where 60 to 67% of web traffic comes from a mobile device. We need to be sure that our experiences are meeting people where they are and which devices they choose to use. Sometimes this means apps. More often, it means an amazing mobile experience via the browser. I can't tell you how many times my kids laugh at me for the number of apps on my phone. They just don't experience technology that same way. So we really need to make sure that our technology is meeting people where they are. And now, over halfway through the 2020s, we're seeing the next significant technology change that will influence how we serve the next generation of families: artificial intelligence. We're going to spend our time today leaning into this AI experience and what it means for you as a provider of recreation services in your community.